Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So today we're going to go and take a look at EZA LR Golden Frieza in 17. I do think that this is going to be a very, very good EZA, probably an elite EZA, because I just feel like this character is probably going to be very consistent defensively, which, I mean, I don't know if there's really too much more we could ask for, right? Against these insane bosses Dokkan is throwing out now. Keep in mind that this character does not carry any restrictions whatsoever. None. There's nothing. So, I mean, you could use this character with their same level of strength at virtually anywhere on any of their categories: Battlefield, Super Battle Road, EZAs, anything. So, I mean, while I do think LR Team Universe 7 will probably be slightly better than this unit, I do think that this character, I mean, you know, it is good, I guess, as well to have some characters that can kind of just, you know, be useful everywhere. That's certainly solid. In terms of their build, so I was struggling a bit with this one. This is what I came to the decision for. So we have 20 additional there. I think that should suffice. They have 2 guaranteed additionals that they do. So we have a 40% chance 3 times to get the hidden potential system. I think that should work. Remember, every attack they do, not super, but every attack they do, they get 17% damage reduction for the turn. So that should allow them to be fairly tanky. If we're running them in slot 2 or slot 3, I think they should be pretty good. I do not care about this character critting. I could care less. A little dodge is nice, but as you guys see, I did prioritize raw defense to work together with their damage reduction. To me, I feel like this should work very well. Let's hop into a fight. I think I might start using the Tournament of Power Android 17 and 18 Supreme Magnificent Battle Stage as the initial showcase fight, because with multiple enemies and high HP, I think those fights could maybe last a little bit longer, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It is only 2 phases. Let's head over there and let's see how 17 and Golden Frieza perform. Alright guys, so we're here in the showcase. Now, the one thing I do want to point out here is we're going to have 2 characters that are going to give... Oh, actually, no, wait. We only have 1 character that's going to give 2-turn support. Yeah. Because 17 and 18, in order to do their 2-turn support, they need that big silly goose Tournament of Power Goku. Okay, never mind. So we're going to have 1 stack of 2-turn support up, and that's going to be from LR Team Universe 7. We'll just skip to Golden Frieza 17's next turn. Wait a minute. No way. Oh, that... Okay. Bro, I looked away. I looked back. I thought 17 and 18. I thought this character was getting blown away, man. Whew. Okay. All right. 17 and Golden Frieza. Maybe this fight isn't so good for a showcase, huh? Look how little HP they've got, and we're already going to be in the 2nd phase. It's tough. Dude, it's tough to find fights right now that... I mean, I guess we could just do, like, a movie boss rush for every showcase or something. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just use movie boss rush. It's like the initial showcase for characters. That could be a good idea, because it's like we're just gonna blaze through it super fast. All right, so this is turn 1. We do have a little bit of 2-turn support from Team Universe 7, but the number one thing I'm noticing right here is 17 and Golden Frieza's key seems to be pretty sufficient. I mean, it makes sense because for the first turn that 17 and Golden Frieza show up, they get 7 key and 50% damage reduction on their first turn. And then every time they attack, they get 1 key up to 7 and 11% attack and defense up to 77%. So they need to do 11 attacks. And every time they super, they get 1 key up to 5 and 20% attack and defense up to 100%. And then every time they attack during the turn, they get 17% damage reduction, 17% crit. The character is actually not super complex. Let's do this. We can get away with running them in slot 1 right here. Tech UI Goku supering in front of them could give them a little bit of support and stuff like that, but I mean, I need to prioritize 17 and Golden Frieza getting their attacks in, right, to build up. So remember, we do have, well, okay, the dodge showing up a little bit. Oh, they actually took a little damage there, okay. That's through their 50% damage reduction, damn. Okay. I mean, I guess we do need to remember this is a villain character, I guess, getting hit by a superclass character. So now, after this, it's impossible for them to take damage, basically, after they do this barrage of attacks, because they have 50% damage reduction and then they're getting 17% damage reduction every single time they're attacking, right? So they're just not flat out not going to take damage, which is going to be really, really good. Now, in terms of their super attack effects, well, let me just go hover over the screen and show it. I think that their super attack effects do look pretty good. Yeah, okay, decent turn right there. Okay. Yeah, here. I'm kind of like back and forth between a bunch of different things. Here, let's take a look. Oh, this is beautiful. We can hide 17 and 18, and we can hide them from the super attacks on the ass ends right there. All right, let's look at their super attack effects. So what we've got right here is on their 18 key super, I believe they're getting 50% attack and defense. They do mega colossal damage to the enemy, and then they greatly lower enemy attack and defense. So the greatly lower enemy attack and defense, many different situations and places where that can be effective, of course. And then their 12 key, they get 100% attack for one turn. So if they do, I mean, at their best, their absolute best turn, they could super attack 5 times. It's going to be pretty uncommon for that because they do have this one ability right here. When HP is below 77%, an additional super will be activated, and then they get a 70% chance to crit. Now, I've seen people say that this is glitched and messed up, and it actually triggers below 50% HP. I mean, we'll see. Again, I mean, the unit just came out now. Oftentimes, anything pre-release, like if there's an issue like that, it does tend to get fixed pretty quickly, so I would imagine that's not still the case, but we'll see. I do kind of want to intentionally hold back a little bit right here. I don't really want to go super crazy doing massive amounts of damage to them. All right, I'll just go ahead and skip through this turn. I mean, Vegeta can't take damage in slot 3, and EJLUI has 100% dodge right here. Not much is going to happen on this turn besides that, just pure domination. All right, guys, so we're here on our second turn. Could we get away with Team Universe 7 in slot 1 here? I think we could, but let's... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's try and get away with Team Universe 7 in slot 1. I think we will be able to do this, and we'll get a nice rotation for 17 and Golden Frieza. I don't know that just this stage alone will be enough. Maybe, I mean, there's a lot of different places we potentially could go into. Now, keep in mind the 17 and Golden Frieza, we're going to get a lot of our links activated, in particular, next to Team Universe 7, right? So our link set right here, we have Tough as Nails, Brainiacs, we have Solid Support, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So I guess the link set is fine. I mean, Brainiacs, certainly there's a lot of different places we can get that activated. Keep in mind, if we're going to run tournament participants, we could easily have Tough as Nails activated with Topo. God Topo has that. So that's not, you know, not out of the realm of possibility right there. Now we can use 17 and Golden Frieza's active skill because we did 4 super attacks last turn. So their active skill condition was really rough when they first came out. This condition was super tough because their built-in additionals were guaranteed normals. And I remember in DBZ, Broly had a similar condition, and it was just not really great. But, I mean, here we go. Turn 1, we are able to do our 4 super attacks. So here we are in turn 2, we could do their active. Remember that, you know, actives are, you know, remain unchanged when characters EZA. This will give us 7 key, 77% defense, and guaranteed crits. I mean, this is going to be very impactful for this character. On turns where we use this active skill, I mean, their defensive ability will be really, really interesting.
バカが足止めに随分と全力を出されたようですね。
もし俺が失敗してもお前がいればあとは大丈夫だと思ったからな。
信頼していただけて光栄ですよ。
Alright, so now we get this massive buff. Let's go and take a look at what their stats are looking like. So they're up over 1 million. So keep in mind now, the way they're going to work is every super attack we do, every attack we do, excuse me, is going to give them 17% damage reduction. So, I mean, if we get the 4 attacks, I mean, we're going to be at a really nice defensive level. It's going to be just very goddamn tough for them to die, man. just period, point blank. It's going to be incredibly difficult for bosses to actually take this unit down. All right, this is a very strong turn for 17 and Golden Frieza. Let's see what they could give us. I did not think that Goku was going to super attack right there, judging by his super attack position last turn. 21 million for this character. Okay, remember, they have their guaranteed additional. They are supporting the rotation and giving 2-turn support. These two, like, this is why, like, you know, they could make this content as difficult as they do. And it's okay because of how broken these EZAs are, man. Look at this shit. Like, the bosses can't do anything against the EZAs we're running. So then they do 18 million right there. Now, again, remember, every time we get a 12-key super, they get 100% attack for the turn. So if we stack up, you know, 12-key supers, they're doing a lot of damage. And then there you go. Now, remember, they're basically untouchable after they attack, too. They're not taking damage. Like, I don't know if it, like, any of these big bosses, I don't, like, if Blue Gogeta supered them, they would live, wouldn't they? I think they would. If, like here, like, pretty easily, right? Bro. Okay, well, I thought this would be a good showcase stage, but actually we just blitzed it. Okay. So, remember, in order to fully build them up, they need to do 5 supers, which we did get during the second turn, and they also need to do 7 attacks, which we also got during the second turn. But I mean, we need to see more than that. They also do have that ability where we take damage and they get the guaranteed additional super and stuff like that. I mean, I guess I could just go into like a real Rough Rider stage and try and intentionally take damage. So, I mean, if we're going to be using this character, we're definitely going to be using them on, kind of like a similar Universal Survival Saga setup like this. Now, if I swap over, this is what we're looking at in terms of 200% leader skills right here. We have Tech UI Goku, we have STR Carnival Goku, and then we have 17 and 18. So, we'll see. All right, let's, I guess let's just jump into a second run. I mean, we definitely need to see more from 17 and Golden Frieza than that, but I mean, this Universal Survival Saga team built basically from EZA characters is going to be crazy. I didn't mention it, but we have 800k HP. I'm going to take maybe 17 and 18 off and maybe replace them with like Blue Kaioken, Evolution Blue Vegeta, and we're going to have 850k HP or something. All right, guys, we are here in the Majin Buu Absorption, the Buuhan Red Zone fight. We just need to get more footage of 17 and Golden Frieza, obviously. I mean, we did terrorize that event pretty quickly. The other thing, dude, this team, like, Reps of Universe 7 is really nuts, man. Well, I guess we are, unfortunately, we are sealed right here. I guess that's not the biggest deal ever, though, because even while being sealed, we can actually still build them up by doing attacks. They also do build up by doing supers, but we'll be able to see it. I'm a little concerned. It's probably going to take me a little while to be able to get the ability. Because, I mean, if we have to fall really low HP, right? Below, 77%, below 50%. Sometimes on command, that could be kind of tough to get. We do need to get that because, as it says, when HP is below 77%, they get a guaranteed additional super and then, again, a 70% chance to crit. So then all of a sudden, if they're able to super attack 5 times, that really matters because their damage reduction then gets ridiculous. They don't give themselves defense on their 12-key super. This is the rare instance where I don't think it's a major issue. A lot of times characters have that, and again, I think it's actually like a major deal, but for this character, I mean, if they were getting defense like that, they'd be like a top 4 unit in the game or something like that, right? Like, if all those 12-key supers were giving them defense, and they have, damn near 70% damage reduction, what do they get up to? 68% damage reduction with 4 attacks? I mean, that's, they seem quite good. Like, this is a crazy EZA. It's very obvious how insane the upcoming fights are going to be if this is how good EZAs are. Alrighty, so we're here on the next rotation. Ki definitely seems to be a concern here. I don't think it's going to be very common, though, where we're going to be, like, going up against a boss that's going to seal us turn 1, right? Like the way that happened to us this time. Because remember, 17 and Golden Frieza, they build up key attack and defense not only every time they attack, but then there's a separate build up for specifically doing super attacks. And remember, each of their additionals has a high chance to super as well. So far in this video, we've had pretty good luck getting the additional supers. Obviously, I would prefer if that would remain, moving forward, but, we shall see. All right, hopefully Tech UI Goku doesn't go too crazy here. Come on, bruh. Sometimes, we're here to see 17 and Golden Frieza. Relax. 17 and Golden Frieza will be elite, but obviously, they're not a character we're going to want to run in slot 1 almost ever. I mean, even with, remember, their first turn, they have the huge extra damage reduction. They're guarding with 50% damage reduction, and they still did take damage from that normal from Krillin and Android 18, right? So, they're going to be a super elite character, but as like a slot 2 or a slot 3. I mean, that does matter right now, because with how difficult the two hardest fights are, being Cell Max and then the Evolution Blue Vegeta and Blue Kaioken Goku, they can terrorize slot 2 and slot 3 characters being killed. Like, those bosses are able to kill Fat Boo turn 1, like after Fat Boo supers. So, like 17 and Golden Frieza, I think being as sturdy as they are in slot 2 or 3 should still be pretty good. All right, we'll just go ahead and cut and come back next turn. Oh, no, yeah, okay. Let's just do our best to not get same type orbs, and we'll let, the boos every single turn do enough damage to us to get us below that HP threshold, right? Like, when we have, a character that has some significant HP threshold condition, certainly this would make for a good, stage to do it in, since we are going to take damage at the start of every single turn. Also, one other thing to keep in mind, remember they are a villain character, so Tech UI Goku's domain does not buff 17 and Golden Frieza. Alright guys, here we are in our next rotation. Now, we're definitely below 77% HP here, thanks to Buhan, progressively doing damage to us. So, let's see if this is going to give us what we're looking for. Okay, so we'll hit this right here. Let's hit this right here, and then we can just go ahead and... I guess I'll hit this. Would this push us over 77% HP, though? Let's see, will it? We're like right exactly there, I think. Like, what? Are we exactly at 77%? I did that because, remember, 17 and 18 with the 7 orbs do give extra support. They support, tournament participants. I mean, this should be a good turn for 17 and Golden Frieza. We'll see. We'll see if they are going to, if this is going to count as us having that ability. I believe this is an ability that will trigger mid-turn. So, like, if we start out turn, like, with 100% HP and then slot 1 gets blasted to get us below the threshold, I do think that probably would count. Get hit by this, Daddy. Oh, damn. I got excited. I thought he was gonna... Just to push us a little bit lower HP. He would have tanked that really well, probably for almost nothing anyway. Alright, so let's see how many attacks we do. I have a fair amount of hidden potential system additional, so we should notice quickly. Okay, so this is super attack 1 right here. Okay. Here's attack number 2. This is also a super. Okay, sure. We're also critting every single time. There's 3. Here's 4. Okay. And we're, like, critting every single time. I think the ability's up. This is... Okay, so if we do one more attack, it was up. Okay. Well, we didn't do one more attack. Was it up? I mean, I don't know. I'm not really too sure. We did crit a lot on that turn. But if we didn't have it up, that means we missed the hidden potential system additional, which is not incredibly likely, I think, with how high the hidden potential system is, considering how many attacks we did. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So we're certainly gonna, again, slowly be taking damage. That's fine. He locked Tech UI Goku in slot 1. That's also fine. Doesn't really bother me at all. Let's just hit this. I guess I'll just, again, there's nothing Boo Tanks could do to us on this turn. So I'm just going to skip here, and we'll come back next turn, see how, again, 17 and Golden Frieza are continuing to look here. Well, I mean, that's life, huh? We got here, We are going to be below the threshold in order to get 17 in Golden Frieza's ability. But the only thing is, Boo Tanks doesn't have much HP, and then they're locked in slot 7, so yeah, okay. So, alright, I'm not popping Tech UI Goku's domain, no way to make us blow through this fight even faster. That ain't happening. Yeah, damn, I don't know. I would really rather save 17 in Golden Frieza's active. I guess I don't really care to use their active so much. I mean, we've seen them with their active up. I guess, I mean, we're not even going to get to see them attack here, unfortunately. I'll just play 17, Team Universe 7's active, and then we'll come back on the next 17 in Golden Frieza turn. Again, unfortunately, they get locked in slot 3 right here. A pain. You know, HP conditions can be very inconsistent. Just simply how it goes, unfortunately. All right, let's go ahead and do this right here. Alright guys, well we have this rotation, certainly. We're definitely going to be able to have everything we need here. I mean, I guess we could just pop their active. There's no reason not to. Here, let's just go ahead and throw this. I mean, I guess they're the showcase character. We'll just do it again, right? Why wouldn't we? Yeah, let's go and pop it.
たかが足止めに随分と全力を出されたようですね。
もし俺が失敗してもお前がいればあとは大丈夫だと思ったからな。
信頼していただけて光栄ですよ。
Alright, so we have 17 and Golden Frieza's active up here. We see where the super is. Should we maybe try and dick around with them in slot 1 to get a little bit of extra? Well, we're not going to be able to get 7 orbs with their active, could we? No, I guess we'll just do this. We'll just do this. It's going to be a decent rotation. Certainly, without a doubt, we are going to have their abilities up here. Let's hit this. Let's hit this. And then I will use 17 and 18's active right here. I guess we'll get this in the video as well. I mean, this is a pretty uncommon animation right here. But we'll get the 7 orbs, so we'll get a little bit more support activated for 17 and Golden Frieza here.
俺たち永久エネルギー式人造人間の利権を生かすんだ。絶対疲れない。これってかなり有利だよな。
そうだったね。ガンガン飛ばしていくよ。
Alright, remember that meme of an active skill can be used like 27 times or something like that? Very odd. Alright, this is not going to push us above our threshold right here, so let's go ahead and hit this. Alright, let's see how we do. So we're at, what, 30, 40, 50? We're at 50, like, just a little bit above 50% HP. Well, I mean, I guess we could see, because if we don't get 5 attacks right here, I mean, I would be pretty convinced that their ability is actually below 50%, like people said, and not below 77%. Right, there's no way we would miss 2 turns that hit a potential system additional. Alright, now remember, these are guaranteed crits. I don't think they'll do enough damage to kill before we get all the attacks. Bro, it is hard to, like, bosses do not have the HP necessary. Okay, that's 2. This is 3. We actually are going to kill them before we do all 5, huh? Bosses just don't have HP, man. They just don't. And you're dead before we could see everything. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's frustrating. When you have to deal with the character, like, with a HP condition like this, it's tough. I guess maybe we shouldn't have used the active. Let's just go into a fight against an immortal boss. But how am I going to take damage against an immortal boss? I don't know. I mean, I guess we saw 17. There was EZA LR 17 and Golden Frieza. They're crazy. Alrighty, guys. We're good. 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 We are going to be good right here. Okay. So, we're below 77% HP. This is turn 1, where they're showing up right here. Let's just make sure to avoid int-type orbs with 17, 18. Let's just stay below this HP threshold, and let's go ahead and take a look on if we have it or not. So what I was able to do in this, on the map of this stage, are like damage tiles I landed on, and then we have EGL Blue Kaioken, who every time he super attacks will damage us a little bit as well. All right, let's count the attacks. So there's 1. Okay, here's 2. I imagine the guaranteed super would come first. That would be it right there, I think. But anyway, there's 2. Okay, here's 3. If the ability's up, we would do 5 attacks. And, I mean, if we only do 4 right here, then I'm pretty certain. Yep, okay, so there's 4. Wait, we only did 4 attacks. There's no way. There's no way we didn't get the Hidden Potential System additional right there. I refuse to believe that. So, I mean, is this just a glitch that will be fixed, or it's just messed up right now? Again, dude, there's no way we didn't get the Hidden Potential System right there. I guess it's within the realm of possibility, so we'll stay here. I mean, we are going to slowly take a little bit of damage here as Blue Kaioken supers. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that much damage, but again, we'll be able to kind of, you know, take some damage here or there, and then eventually we'll fall below 50%. I do wish we could take damage besides Blue Kaioken supering, but that's pretty much the only damage we're going to take is Blue Kaioken supering. So, all right, we'll just, you know, keep getting turns with them. Whatever. All right, guys, what do we think? Are we going to get the 5 attacks here? This is an elite turn, by the way. Elite turn. Let's hit this. Great turn for 17 and Golden Frieza. Perfect. Okay. Let's hit this. Let's make sure. I want them to be able to get 7. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Here, let's hit this. 17, 18. I want them to get 7. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Okay, well, it's fine. All right, let's see how we do. Can we do 5 attacks right here? I mean, you guys can see we're below 77%. It's going to take us a little bit to get below 50%, though. Maybe, you know what I should have did? Was I should have changed EGL Blue Kaioken Goku's build to... I should have given him, like, 30 additional. I could, pretty easily. Just give him 30 additional so he could double super. Because he only lowers our HP by 5% when he supers. All right, here we go. Let's see. So this is 1. What we're looking for is a turn where we do 5 attacks, obviously. If we don't get it, then that's confirmation. There's no way we're going to get this multiple turns in a row where we're not going to get the Hidden Potential System. Again, I have a high amount for the amount of attacks we're doing. Every attack we do is a 40% chance. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4. That's it. Yeah, okay. No way. Okay, so their ability is wrong at the moment. I assume that's going to be fixed. This is probably just a momentary issue. But yeah, it looks like their ability, which, I mean, I could just quickly point it out in here. Okay. So it's right there. You could see it. I'm pointing towards it. You guys could see that that's HP 77% right there. That's wrong. It's not. It's when HP's below 50%. To be honest, that's a very busted ability for under 77% HP. Guaranteed additional super and 70% chance to crit. It's pretty good. It makes more sense as under 50%, but I mean, they're going to have to obviously change that because they are not, at the moment, getting that ability under 77% HP. They're not. I mean, there's no way, like, that's the 3rd turn we didn't get the Hidden Potential System. Like, no way. Not happening. That's not happening at all. So, it definitely is that we have to get below 50%. Okay. Well, I guess I'll come back once we fall below 50%. I mean, at this point, they're fully built up. We'll just come back once we're below 50% and see 17 and Golden Frieza with that ability up, and then we'll finish. But this character looks really good. I mean, this definitely feels like another top 10 LR in the game to me. Like, this would, I'm sure this would be crazy to people, but, like, isn't this unit just... I feel like I would put them above, like, the Buhan and LR Broly level. I feel like. Right? Why wouldn't I, right? Like, Broly turn 1 against, like, 17, or, excuse me, against Blue Cow King Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. I mean, he could sit there and take, you know, 500k, 400k. And what are they gonna take? 200k? Shit like that? That matters. 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh, God. All right, I'll try. I'm going to try my best to get this. We got to get under 50% HP. We'll come back once we're there. All right, guys. We are back for this. Now, this game can be very frustrating sometimes because I think we're probably about to get the Dokkan attack. All right, so annoying. The Dokkan attack is going to kill Paragus, and there's nothing I can do about it. I hate this game sometimes. So, was doing a little digging, found this. I mean, I haven't seen them do 5 attacks yet, but apparently it's a 50% chance for them to super. So if we take a look at it, I guess what this is actually doing, when HP is below 77%, they have a 50%, so it's a high chance an additional super will be activated, and then they have a 70% chance to crit. So I guess that's what we're going to take away from it. That is what we're looking for in terms of their ability here. All right, well, let's see. Let's do this. We do get the Dokkan attack here. Maybe not. No, maybe not. 800k defense start a turn is certainly good with all their damage reduction. All right, let's hit this. Remember, we're looking good in terms of links and stuff like that. No Dokkan attack yet. We're below 50% HP, so we'll see right here. Let's see if we get the 5 attacks. We got a lot of support up and stuff like that. I mean, we've seen many situations so far from 17 and Golden Frieza, so we can see how good they are. I'll get one of those long videos up where we take them against all the tough fights. 21 million. Yeah, this character's really busted. I think that this is a character that's high in the top 10. I really do. They seem really impressive, actually. I'm going to have to do another LR top 10 update. Okay, so that's 2, 3, 4. There's just 4. We never saw them do 5. Right? Like, I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. We got a lot of turns by them, and we did a lot of turns with them under 77% HP. Maybe I miscounted or something like that at some point. Regardless, they do seem very impressive. All right, guys, so LR Golden, Frieza, and 17, they definitely did seem elite to me. I feel like this is going to be a character, it's going to be very, very difficult for this character to be taking a lot of damage or getting smoked or anything like that. All right, so this is the last remaining possibility. Golden Frieza Angel and Android 17. Their leader skill is Universal Survival Saga or Join Forces, category key 4, and 160% of stats. I mean, I don't know. They could be a good Join Forces leader, I suppose. Their passive skill, which is the Last Energy, although I guess I could just look at them. I could pull them up on the global wiki and see that, right? So they get 177% attack and defense at the start of turn. Their first turn, they get 7 ki and they have 50% damage reduction. Then they do 2 guaranteed additionals that have a high chance to super. Okay, so that's pretty good right there. And then, it's because before their EZA, these 2 additionals were guaranteed normals. Now, it's 2 guaranteed additionals, and each of them has a 50% chance to super. Then this ability, so when HP is 77% or below, they get an additional super, and then they get a 70% chance to crit. What it actually is when HP 77% or below, they get a 50% chance for an additional super, and then they have 70% crit. Then every time they do an attack, they get 1 ki up to 7, and 11% attack and defense up to 77%. And then every time they do a super attack, they get 1 ki up to 5, and 20% attack and defense up to 100%. And then every time they attack during the turn, they get 17% damage reduction and 17% chance to crit. Very strong with how many additionals they're going to be pumping out, which is going to be really, really good. All right, so the active skill is Universe 7's Survival Strategy. Okay. And we could do this once they've done 4 super attacks in battle, which, I mean, we did see them do that turn 1 in this video, so that was good. And then for 1 turn, they get 7 keys, 77% defense, and guaranteed crits. That could be a very elite ability. It works really well in conjunction with like 17 and 18 Scouter. Like if we could maybe see that the boss was supering in slot 3 and then pop their active skill and put them in slot 3, I guess. This character should be so tanky with their active skill up. Although, I don't know that their active is really... I mean, it'll be really good, but I don't know that there's going to be a ton of turns where we're going to get mega value from it. Key, I don't think will be an issue once they build up, if they do a bunch of super attacks, right? I don't think key will really be an issue. I don't think defense will really be an issue for a bit. I mean, maybe it'll help them age for sure. We'll see. We'll see. It's a good active, but I don't think that it's actually just going to be like, oh my god, thank god we had the active on this turn. It's a lifesaver. I don't really think that's going to happen too much. The guaranteed crits will certainly be nice, right? They're going to be doing a lot of additional normals, so crits certainly could help them. Their 12 key super attack is Limit Breaking Assault, and they get 100% attack for 1 turn, and then they do colossal damage. 100% is a lot right there. Their 18 key super attack is Final Assault. They get 50% attack and defense for 1 turn. They do mega colossal damage to the enemy, and then they greatly lower enemy attack and defense, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's a 30% debuff that they're going to apply right there. Pretty solid. And then that basically covers that. Then their link set, of course, is Tough as Nails, Brainiacs, Solid Support, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. And then 12 key multiplier, 150%, 24 key multiplier, 200%, same ones. 200% leader skilled characters. We have this. I'm not really the biggest fan of 17 and 18 in like really tough fights. Obviously, this character's aged, but Tech UI Goku is one of the best units in the game, so that works very, very well. And then finally, when it comes time to look at 17 and Golden Frieza's categories, remember that this is a character that has no restrictions. So they're going to be able to be utilized at full power on all these teams. Universal Survival Saga. Of course, we have reps of Universe 7. Those are essentially going to be their, best spots. Then they're also on Join Forces. They, of course, will be very capable over there. They're also going to be on the Battle of Wits category team. Nice addition for Battle of Wits, for sure. Then they're also going to be on the Battle of Fate category. And then finally, they are down here on the Tournament Participants category. So let me know what you guys think, but to me, EZA, LR Golden, Frieza, and 17, I mean, this seems like a top 10 unit in the game overall to me. They do. I just think that there's so much value. They should do pretty competitive damage. I mean, they've got a lot of built-in crits. Like, very competitive damage and very difficult to kill. They're going to be good with no restrictions, too. I don't know that there's a lot of spots I'm running them off of Universal Survival Saga right now, but they definitely could be good in future missions. Remember, this is a villain character, again, with no restrictions. So, I mean, they could be a nice... And the reason it matters, because people will be smartasses and they'll say, well, you don't have to run a full villain team with Broly and blah, blah, blah. And they get, like, really smartasses and stuff like that. The game is all about missions right now, like all the mission-based content. And they specifically want you to use, extreme physical characters or, 6 extreme class units. That matters for this. So this is a very elite villain unit Dokkan has given us. This is a great EZA. I mean, if EZAs are this good, the content is going to have to keep getting harder because the EZAs are too strong for the content, man. The EZAs are too strong for the hardest fights in the game.